What's going on, folks? It's your main man, Rick the Dawn. If you clicked on this video, then you are ready and prepared to talk about who will go home between Taylor and Alyssa. All right. And I have some notes here and I'm ready to talk about it. Now, if you want to know who I believe will go home right now, you don't want to wait until I get to that actual point in the video. You can go to my website, which is wordy.com, in which I've already posted who I think will go home. All right. But if you want to wait and chat with me, you're more than welcome to stay here. Thank you to the amazing people in advance for liking the video. It really helps. Let's keep it moving. All right, so as you know, right now it is Taylor versus Alyssa on the block, and I have some theories here. I have some ideas, and I want you to fact check this. Obviously, the date is September 14th, which is a Wednesday at 10:40 p.m. I would like for you to watch the episode tomorrow and come back to this episode to see how close or how far I was from what actually took place. I'll just go ahead and admit I've been really off. But here goes. This is what I think will happen. Pay attention. I think it's going to be Taylor versus Alyssa. And during Thursday's episode, Turner will talk with Brittany. And Turner is talking with Brittany because he's trying to see where her head is at. As you heard, Turner already believes that it would be best for his game to get rid of Taylor. In fact, he would like to force Monty to make the kill shot. He wants to vote for Alyssa to stay, knowing that Brittany will vote to keep Taylor safe, and that would put the pressure on Monty. So that is what Turner is hoping that will happen. So he talks with Brittany in hopes that maybe he can sway her to ultimately vote Taylor out the game. That's my first guess. My second projection is Brittany won't go along with Turner because he's a threat. It is my opinion that once Turner decides to have this conversation tomorrow, Brittany will not go along with this because she will perceive that Turner is trying to run some kind of game on Brittany. And Brittany already knows that right now the house is split 2-3. Brittany understands that right now it is Brittany, Taylor, and Monty versus Turner and Alyssa. Even though Monty and Turner seem to be really, really tight, I think Brittany believes that overall, because of the connection to Taylor, Monty ultimately would side with them. So even if you don't see it that way, perhaps you would see it this way. It is a 2-on-2 competition where it is Turner and Alyssa versus Brittany and Taylor. Certainly that battle royale is taking place. So I believe that Brittany will hear what Turner has to say. She will listen to his pitch, but ultimately she will not give in to it because, listen, Brittany thinks that Brittany and Taylor have been gunning for Taylor for quite some time. I don't believe at all that Brittany would all of a sudden flip her entire game and start working with Turner. I don't see that happening. Next, Brittany will talk with Monty about Turner's plans. It is my belief, and based on what I've seen from Brittany, she will take whatever Turner said and go directly to Monty because that is the game that Brittany has been playing. In fact, that is the game that Brittany and Turner have been playing where they have these friendly war conversations where they are both targeting each other, but they're okay to talk game with each other, which is strange. But then after the conversation ends, they go directly to the HOH and spill the beans about whatever the other person said. And they both do this. This has been something that these players have done basically the entire season. So it is my belief that upon the conversation between Brittany and Turner concluding, Brittany will go and talk to Monty about what's going on because she would know that Monty and Taylor have something, because I don't think it's really that clear yet to everyone in the house. But certainly I think Brittany would know there's something there. And just giving Monty the slightest pieces of information about Turner really, really targeting Taylor might be enough to sway Monty in their favor. I think then Monty will talk with Turner about Turner's plans, and I'm sorry, let me flip that. Let me change a couple names there. Got a couple names mixed up. I think Monty will talk with Taylor about Turner's plans, and they'll fall in love. If you've been watching the live feeds, which I have not, but I have some of the most spoilerific friends you could ever have. All right, I don't even need the live feeds because my friends spoil everything about the game. I get comments on YouTube, comments on Facebook. Some of my friends are spoiling everything. But anyway, you have probably known this by now that somehow Monty and Taylor are in the bed and you see the green lights, which means it's night vision, and they're like really hugged up. So something brings them together, and it is my opinion that once Brittany brings Turner's plans to Monty, Monty feels conflicted because now he's kind of where Kyle was, where he has to try to figure out if he, enjoys the game more, or does he love this woman more. And I think Monty is going to be caught in that same dilemma. And at that point, Monty will tell Taylor what Turner is planning to do in terms of splitting the votes and forcing Monty to make the kill shot. He's going to convey that information to Taylor, at which Taylor will definitely break down and feel some kind of way about it. And I think that conversation will bring them closer. And they'll probably realize that they actually have feelings for each other the entire time, which will ultimately lead to them being in the bed together. That's a hypothesis. That's a straight out the air. I don't know if that even happens, but that's what I think. That's my guess. Then Turner and Alyssa will discuss plans. They'll probably do this in the kitchen, where Turner and Alyssa will say, "Hey, I talked to Brittany and I talked to Monty." Alyssa might start to feel some hope, like, "Hey, maybe we can pull this off." Maybe Alyssa goes to talk to Monty. Maybe Monty kind of throws her a misdirection just to see if she bites the bait. Turner will vote to evict Taylor. All right, in the comments, let me know what if you picking up what I'm laying down, and I'm gonna read your comments in just a second because I see them piling up over there. Turner will eventually vote to evict Taylor as he plans to, because he wants to force Monty's hand to take the kill shot, which you could make the argument is genius on Turner's part. I don't think he really playing. I don't know if he's playing that level of a metacognitive game, but still, making Monty get the blood on his hands is pretty smart. Okay, because if he votes to evict Alyssa, that is someone who's going to remember that. In this situation, he's voting against someone he's not aligned with, that being Taylor. So if she's upset with Turner, that doesn't really change much because she probably wouldn't vote for him anyway. So I don't know if he's actually considering these dynamics, but certainly it appears that way. Now, after Turner votes to evict Taylor, I believe that Brittany will vote to evict Alyssa. That's right. They have been pretty close, but they also have been on and off throughout the entire season. At one point, Brittany felt as if she was alienated from the Girls Alliance because she just wasn't a part of the Mean Girl Club, if you can be fair and call them that. All right, so she never really felt like this to Alyssa, and I don't think Brittany would vote Taylor out on the account that, remember when everyone was piling up votes? Brittany always felt pretty conflicted about that, behind Turner, of course. And also, one thing I do want to point out is the conversation, or at least the statement in which Brittany says, "I won't target these players based on race." So there's something there with Taylor being on the block. I don't know if she's prepared. She seems to be someone that really caters to the progressive and liberal culture in terms of people's lifestyles and things of that nature. So I don't think that she would vote Taylor out. I think she would have a great guilty conscience if she did that. And also, we must consider the fact that Brittany and Taylor have been very, very close lately. And I don't know why. I don't know what I missed. Maybe I've been seeing it the entire time and not really focusing in on it. But it appears to me that Taylor and Brittany have become like BFFs in the game. And it could be due to the absence of Michael, but I don't see any scenario where Brittany votes out Taylor all of a sudden because now Turner wants it to happen. I don't see it. Let me know if you do. I don't think that's going to happen. I think Brittany will cast a vote against Alyssa because Brittany has done one thing very well this season, and that is recognize threats. You can say what you want about Brittany. She's a floater. She's not good at the game. I agree. However, there's one thing she has done very well, and that is recognize threats. She recognizes threats almost like nobody's business. Those big old eyes, she be seeing threats. Okay, she knew that Michael was a threat, which is why she started making final deals with Turner. She realized that Turner was a threat. They both, Michael and Brittany, realized that Kai was a threat, which is why they took his words and flipped them. So one thing about Brittany is she recognizes threats, and I don't think she's going to all of a sudden, after saying that Turner was the biggest threat in the game, decide to work with the threat. And I also pretty confident in saying that Brittany more than likely realizes that Alyssa is a threat. Why? Because of the jury. Indy, Kyle, Jasmine are voting for Alyssa. I don't know if I see it any other way. Okay, so there's that threat. And I think Brittany would recognize that and vote to evict Alyssa. As such, I believe that Monty would be given the sole vote to evict. And at that point, because of his alliances and allegiances with Brittany, and I should say his budding showmance with Taylor, we see them in the bed. They're lying down. They're getting really, really comfy. There's no way, though he would do something like that, but there's no way he's going to vote Taylor out after such intimate discussions and time together. I think that without question, he's going to take the shot and take Alyssa out the game. That is my opinion. My friends have been trying to get this out of me. I've been trying to hold it, but that is what I think will happen based on the reasons I just stated. All right, I'm going to go further because I'm not done. I think the next HOH winner will be Brittany. Why? Because Monty can't play in the HOH. Brittany just showed that she can beat Turner, and Taylor has not been good at HOH competitions, winning only one. So I think that Brittany will channel Michael, and again, she has shown a delusion of grandeur. And in my opinion, just saying that she has shown in the last episode that she feels that she's better than maybe we think she is, and I think that is going to give her the enough confidence to show up in the HOH competition. So I think that happens. I think Brittany will win. And as a result, I believe that Brittany will put up Monty and Turner on the account that I don't see her putting up Taylor. The same reason why I don't see her voting out Taylor, because that's two women. And I think it would make Brittany extremely happy if two women made it to the finals. And I think she would put up Monty and Turner as a result. With if one of them come down, then she would probably have no problem replacing that person with Taylor. So this is how I see the game from this viewpoint. That's what I think will happen tomorrow on tomorrow's episode. It's only one way to find out how true that is. All right, here we go. My main man Tim says Taylor's got to go. You know what? If she makes it to the finals, it's going to be a problem. I will not argue against that fact. Look, I'm just telling you what I think will happen. I'm not telling you why this or why that. That's what I see happening based on my breakdown. If you ask me, Taylor is absolutely, positively a very strong force to win this game. And I would even go as far as to say all five of those people are. They all have something that makes them very dangerous. Brittany has the story about wanting to use the money to help have a baby. That's a strong story. Alyssa has friends in the jury. That's a strong advantage. Turner has a all-around great game, being one of the best surviving players. That's a strong position to have. Monty has the same thing Turner has, but to a slight lesser degree. But then again, you can make an argument that he has a better argument, considering that he's won more than Turner, I think. All right, I'm just going to throw that out there and hope it lands. But I think Monty has won a little bit more than Turner has. And then, of course, you got Taylor, who has this amazing story arc from being the first one on the block. And let's just put it out there. Taylor was supposed to go home if it was not for Paloma having the breakdown that she did at the time that she had it, which a lot of people are calling the game rigged as a result, because it was just too perfectly timed. And there were no indications that Paloma was struggling from anything whatsoever when she got booted from the game. She seemed pretty fine to us, to everybody, and then we find out this information. So that caused a lot of skepticism from around the world. But yeah, so there you have it. Taylor has the story arc starting from the bottom, making it all the way to the final five. That's insane. That's insane. So she's dangerous. I think all five players have something that makes them extremely, extremely dangerous. So I don't think there's a safe bet. Okay, you get rid of Taylor, but Alyssa's still in the game. She has 3 votes, almost guaranteed, and that is not considering the fact that if there's Alyssa and maybe a guy in the finals, I think that Alyssa would get more votes, because I believe all the women would say, "Hey, we want a woman winner." Taylor's going to vote for a woman. We know that, and I forget who else would be in the jury by that point. Michael has given me those kind of vibes as well, that he's going to vote in favor of a woman over a male player. That's just what I'm seeing. Okay. So again, Alyssa is dangerous. She's dangerous in my book. But yeah, those are my opinions based on what I see in the game. All right. Dr. Juwan says, I would vote Taylor out, as the showmance between Monty and Taylor is dangerous, and Alyssa can't win comps. So let me digest that information, Dr. Juwan. That's a good point. You said you would vote Taylor out because of the showmance, and the showmance hasn't been made public as it relates to the edited version of the show. I believe the showmance is only on the live feeds. They haven't really broadcasted that information yet, which I find to be pretty interesting. I think tomorrow they may show it because, on Thursday episodes, they like to pad the show with a lot of information that we didn't really ask for. And I do believe that information will come out tomorrow. And according to you, Dr. Juwan, you would vote Taylor out because of the showmance. But here's the thing. Who's going to take those shots? And I'm gonna ask Dr. Juwan and Tim that who takes those shots? Does Brittany vote Taylor out? We know that Turner will vote Taylor out, but does Brittany also do that? And I need if you could explain why you think that. I don't see Brittany voting Taylor out, and I think that's what stops Taylor from going. And apparently, you two feel differently about that, and I need to know what scenario what takes place in order for that to happen. If Taylor leaves, that means that Brittany flipped, and what makes Brittany flip to Turner's side and do some things that Turner might want to happen. That's what I would love for you to share with me, and hopefully you do that so I can read it out in front of everybody. But yeah, that certainly would be interesting if that were to happen. But here we go. I'm back over here. My main man Tim says I can't watch live feeds anymore. Don't think they're ever on, and if they are, it's on sleeping people, and now no one talks. Ah! Oh, that's hilarious. That's why I don't watch the live feeds. I don't watch the listen. I always get so much crap about not watching the live feeds. I'm like, look, I can't do it because every time when I was hearing about what people were saying on the live feeds, they were doing screenshots of the live feeds, and all I kept seeing was Jasmine in the kitchen. I'm like, dude, I'm not paying Paramount Plus to watch Jasmine in the kitchen. Like I'm not doing it. And I got so much flack about not watching the live feeds. I'm like, dude, every time I see something from the live feeds, it's like them sitting in a beach chair. It was like Kyle and Turner outside just talking about weather or something. I'm like, dude, I'm not paying for that. I'll just let my friends watch it and tell me what happens. Or like, watch, you know what I'm saying? I'm not now it sounds like it's even worse now, Tim. I'm not doing that. I can't do it. I'm not doing the live feeds. All right, anyway, Dr. Juwan says Taylor only locked lips for Monty for safety. Oh, I knew that was going to come out. And you know what? I didn't want to really talk about that subject because I wanted to be sensitive, but I'll be honest to say that did cross my mind. That did cross my mind a little bit, and I don't want to go further than that. I would like to be respectful of something I can't confirm. I cannot confirm how she feels about Monty. I just can't. But I will say the timing is interesting. It's almost as interesting as what took place with Michael. Kyle and Brittany. It's just like the timing seems interesting, but I won't go further than that because I just want to be respectful overall. Okay. All right. But yeah, you said it, not me. All right. Once Alyssa convinces Turner to throw a sympathy vote, it's over for Taylor. Okay. So I don't think that she needs to convince Turner to throw a sympathy vote because in Wednesday's episode, Turner already shows that he's willing to do that. So I'm not sure that he will need a lot of convincing. But here's the thing, Dr. Juwan. If Turner gives Alyssa a sympathy vote, that's only one vote. It will take 2 votes tomorrow for elimination to take place. And I'm still trying to get an answer from you, Dr. Juwan. What would make Brittany vote Taylor out? Because that would have to happen in order for Taylor to be safe. I'm not saying it's impossible. I'm saying I don't see what you all are saying, and I need you to break it down for me. All right. Sharon, what's up, Sharon? Sharon says, I hope Alyssa goes to jury so she can see Kyle. Yeah, I think that Kyle wants Alyssa to go to jury. All right, because I'm sure he has a lot to talk about with her in terms of everything that took place. And I've heard that even after their situation had occurred, they still had conversations and other things took place. And I would imagine that Kyle was just like waiting anxiously. And it's like what they call it. They call it a bittersweet situation. It's like every time someone comes in, it's kind of bitter. It kind of sucks, but it's sweet because you know that she's still in the game, fighting for basically, fighting for the win. So, but yeah, look, I don't see Alyssa surviving this week, and it's not because of any bias. It's not bias related. It's based on what's happening in the game. I do think that she will sway Turner to give her a sympathy vote. I do see that happening. I think, and that's a very slim possibility because you got to remember something. If Turner does that, that would be the end of the friendship with Monty. Monty is going to 100% want Alyssa to leave over Taylor. Okay, he's been working with Taylor, and if Turner were to vote Taylor out via a sympathy vote, that would absolutely cause Monty not to trust Turner moving forward. Okay, and so I think that would create an issue. And you got to remember that Monty, for the most part, has been keeping Turner safe. So I'm not sure that Turner will just up and throw Monty's game under the bus, considering that Monty could have made a big move at Turner's expense this week. I would be surprised. It wouldn't be the first time I was surprised in this game, but I'll say that would definitely surprise me if Turner were to really give Alyssa a sympathy vote. But in the event that he does, just to shake the game up, I wouldn't be floored by it. I was like, I kind of saw that coming. I even said I saw it coming. But yeah, I do see that as a bigger possibility than the other thing, that being Brittany voting to evict Taylor. Ooh, I don't know if I see that one. I don't see that one in the forecast, because her and Taylor and Brittany have been adamant about getting Turner out the house. So what could possibly take place? And maybe you have live feed information that I don't. But what could possibly take place that would cause Brittany to flip and go against Taylor for Turner? I don't. Logically, that doesn't line up for me, and I'm trying to figure it out. So yeah, I think that the sole vote would then come to Monty, and I would argue that Monty would vote Alyssa out over Taylor, considering the latest events. And according to Dr. Juan, not Rick the Don, it's because he has a new budding showmance as a result of a kiss planted by Taylor. I didn't say that. Dr. Juwan said that. All right, you can even read it yourself. Get a little screenshot of it. Come over to the right side in the little chat area. Dr. Juwan said it. I ain't say it. Okay. Anyway, let me see. Sharon says, I hope. Okay, good. I read that one. And then my main man Tim says, I think Monty will vote Taylor out. He needs to, and he can't win next to her. Okay, all right. Well, I asked for an explanation, and there it is. I'm not going to push back against it, because I want to first off respect everybody's way of seeing the game. I don't see it that way, but come on now, let's be real. I've been wrong about this game a lot. In fact, I haven't really been right yet. All right, so I'm not going to push back because I may be missing something. But I will say that is an interesting dynamic if Monty were to vote Taylor out. Like I said, if there were anybody to do that, it would be Monty. And I go back to the move with Paloma, where Taylor gives him some information and confidence, and he goes directly to Paloma and blows up Taylor's game, which ultimately gets really close to getting Taylor evicted, if not for the breakdown by Paloma. So Monty has shown that he has the capacity to make weird decisions, even against people that's trying to help him. And in this case, maybe he would put himself or his game above his showmance. It's not even a show. Is it a showmance? It's like a kiss mance. Like, okay, they kissed, and and it happened in the last few weeks of the game. I don't know if Monty has this ever-growing allegiance to Taylor. Okay, I just don't see that as plausible. This fast, this soon. I would say that Monty could very well snip the relationship that he has with Taylor and try to keep the money for himself. I mean, you got to think about something that's very important. Taylor and Monty have been in the house the entire summer, and this is the first time, i.e. what Dr. Jawan said, but this is the first time that they've even shown any interest for each other. So I don't know if Monty is going to, or he would be willing to throw his entire game away for Taylor. I just don't think so. Now, I do want to ask this question. Does Monty not stand a chance against Taylor in the final two? I want to know how you feel about that. Does Monty automatically lose against Taylor in the final two? I don't know. Yeah, so I would say Brittany would vote for Taylor. Alyssa would vote for Taylor. I think Indy would vote for Monty. Who else is in the jury? Jasmine will vote for Monty. Kyle will vote for probably Monty. I think Monty. Who else would be in the jury? Joseph would probably vote. No, he would vote Monty. Terrence would vote Monty. Who else is in the jury? Michael. Did I say Michael already? Anyway, the point is, of the people I can remember, I got a 5-2 game there. That's just how I see the game, and I think that Monty could be Taylor. I think so. That's just my opinion. All right, I'm back over here to the comments. Jenny, thank you for joining us. All right, everybody ignores her all day except Alyssa. And we're talking about Taylor, I'm assuming, right, Jenny? Taylor, Monty, and Turner thought she was in the DR all day. Hey, Jenny, who you talking about? I missed it. Jenny, you talking about, are you talking about Brittany? Let me know who you talking about, Jenny. All right, Dr. Juwan says, never mind, I changed my mind. Alyssa is definitely leaving because in the live feed. Oh, come on now. See, that's what I be saying. No live feeds. No, Dr. Juwan, you said that Taylor's going home and you gotta take your pick. I picked Pooch and Michael to win. I haven't went back on my picks. And on my channel, once you make a statement, especially a written statement, it is final. No, I'm just kidding. So Dr. Juwan says, never mind, I changed my mind. Alyssa definitely leaving because in the live feed updates, Alyssa told Turner that she would not vote for him to win if he votes him out. Oh, you don't do that. We've already learned via Terrence threatening Michael, Brittany threatening Monty. We've already learned that type of gameplay does not work. It didn't work for Daniel. It doesn't work. When you threaten someone, hey, if you vote me out, I'm going to do this in the jury house. I'm going to do this outside. That never works. And if that is true, Dr. Juwan, and I'm pretty sure it is. You seem to know what you never have been wrong about what you bring into the chat. So if that is what Alyssa has done, that's it. That's it, everyone. Hey, now the only thing left to do is to see how accurate I was in terms of the breakdown and how it takes place. But yeah, I told you that. And Alyssa, her only lifeline was Turner. I didn't think that. Come on now, be honest. Even if you have live feed access, how many times have you seen Alyssa and Brittany talk game? Like, I don't know if I can recall that information. I'm sorry, I don't remember it. In the edited version of the show, I don't see it. All right, Tim says, see, I didn't even know they kissed. Man, I'm behind. Hey, Tim, you just joined my club. We the Dinosaur Club. We never know what's happening until somebody tells us, right? All right, Dr. Juwan says, and Turner said he hopes Taylor wins the next HOH. There it is, folks. Signed, sealed, and delivered. Taylor is going to go to the Final Four. And if you know what I know, she's going to go even further than that because I told you what I think will happen. I think that because Monty can't play in the next HOH, I think Brittany will beat Turner again, okay? Because people like to toot the Turner horn as if Turner is, unbeatable. But Brittany just beat the brakes off the guy, okay? And I believe that Brittany will channel Michael and be able to beat Turner, okay? And I don't think Taylor can do it. I haven't seen her win since I saw her win. So I think Brittany will be the one. And I don't believe, because Brittany is a player that's very emotional and she has a moral compass that just doesn't really fit within a game of Big Brother. You can question the timing of her reveal of the whole Kyle statement. But one thing that remains is, one thing I can say for certain is when Kyle first brought it up, Brittany says, I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't vote these people out based on race. She said that, okay? And she didn't reveal it to the house, but she did tell Kyle that when Kyle brought the information to her. So Brittany has this type of moral compass that stops her from making some really, strategic decisions, okay? She told Pooch that people were gunning for Pooch because she just felt like she had to save him and protect him. Bad gameplay, but still, she has a moral compass that doesn't fit within the game. And if you ask me, I don't see her voting Taylor off the game. It's just my personal opinion. All right, I think she's going to put up Monty and Turner because she cannot stand Turner. And I told you, that girl can see a threat from a mile away. She's going to put up Turner and Monty on the block. And as a result, I think I'm not going to go that far, but I would say between those two, anything could happen. All right, Jenny. But if they were paying attention, they would have known that Brittany and Alyssa were together a lot. All right, I didn't see that, Jenny. And I'm going to trust your expertise on the game. I haven't seen it. And I also don't have access to the live feeds. I haven't seen them too, but that doesn't mean they haven't been. So I'm going to trust you on that one, Jen. All right. They needed to get laid, and no, I think Monty will lose. You think Taylor will beat Monty? That's fair. You're not going to get me to push back on that. Okay. I think Taylor is very dangerous. So, like I have my viewpoints of the game, but one thing about my show or my channel, I'll respect everyone's point of view as equal to mine because, like I said, I've been wrong a lot about this game. So, Jenny, I'm right there with you. All right. So you also say that I still think Alyssa will go to jury tomorrow night, but she is really giving it her all. And Brittany is a wild card. And that was a sentiment that was reverberated a lot throughout the last episode. Brittany being someone that no one really trusts. She was tight with Michael, but then what happens? She makes final twos behind Michael's back. People don't trust Brittany. That has been something that I've heard Monty say, and I've seen it play out in Turner's game. And, when Turner doesn't like somebody, he just really doesn't like them, okay? I.e. Jasmine. The point is, Brittany has not done herself any favors. I don't think there's any scenario. Oh, wait, I can't say any. I would say Of the final five, I think Brittany's chances are the slimmest to win the game on the account that her game has not been strong. She's been a floater, depending on who you ask. Most people would say she got this far because of Michael. I think the only play that she has is the play on wanting to have a child. I think if she uses that information in the right way, and I'm not making light of that because that is a serious thing. I know people who struggle with that particular situation. So not making light of it, but I do want to point out the fact that that might be the only thing that could actually grant her the win, in my opinion, based on what I've seen this season from Brittany. All right. Let me see here. I'm sorry, my comments are delayed. Oh yeah, it's all good, Jen. I know it's a latency. I think a lot of what I'm saying is happening after the fact, so that also has an issue as well. But anyway, that's what I got, folks. I really appreciate you kicking it with me. I will be back tomorrow to see what happens. I told you what I think. I think Alyssa will be gone, and it appears to me that Dr. Jawan has confirmed that particular opinion, that she is pretty much done based on what she said to Turner. All right. But anyway, I appreciate you all for joining me, and I'll see you soon. Y'all be safe out there, and I'll be back to keep with y'all tomorrow. Hey, I appreciate it. Hey, everybody, go check out my main man Tim's page. Got some amazing clothes on there. I checked it out myself. But anyway, y'all be safe out there. I'll see you tomorrow, and peace. Alyssa going home, y'all. I'm trying to tell you.